Wyclef Jean, BKS1 Radio. Let's go.
This is Essence Atkins, and this is BKS1 Radio.
Hi, this is Melba Moore, and you're listening to BKS1 Radio.
Yo, check it out. What's the deal? This the chef. Giving a big shout out to my peoples. Big KS, you already know what it is. Salute.
What's up? It's your girl Monifa, and I'm hanging with BKS1 Radio.
Hi, I'm Iyanla Van Zandt, and you're listening to BKS1 Radio.
BKS Radio, baby.
Hey, this is Jasmine Guy for BKS1 Radio.
What's going on? This is Lamont Brooker, and this is BKS1 Radio.
Shout out to BKS1, the best kept damn secret in the business.
Hey, what's up? This is Raven Goodwin from BET's Being Mary Jane, and shout out to BKS1.
Hi, this is Leon. You're watching BKS1 Radio.
BKS1. God bless y'all.
Good morning. Good morning.
How you doing?
Here we are on the official Man Cave Morning Show. Clap it up. I'm excited. Very happy to be here. Happy to be alive. Happy I woke up this morning.
Yes.
Yes. Going to be an interesting show today. We're going to talk about some things. Salute to everybody on the check-in, man. Welcome everybody on YouTube, Twitter, Periscope, Ustream, the mother site, WBKS1.com. Listening to us on that TuneIn app, watching us on Facebook, wherever you checking us out at. Welcome. We're glad you're here. So, with that being said, let me introduce the squad. Man. To my left,
yo,
we got my man Dr.
How you
J.
doing, though?
On the ones
It's
and twos.
Tuesday. For sure.
For sure. And to my right,
Young Squire, Young Thundercat.
Yo, it's that dude that gets a little rude, especially when he gets in a bad mood.
Indeed.
We call him Deacon Woo. Woo, it's good.
Let's get it.
Let me get some shout outs.
Tuesday, y'all.
My monitor not working, so they're gonna read comments and
we got Dawn Forte in the chat. She said, "What's good? How y'all doing?"
All right.
Shout out to you, Dawn.
Shout out to Andre Kelly. I see you. Shout out to Majid. Shout out to Patricia Shell Givens. Hey sis, Lucretia on the check-in. Danielle Spencer.
All right.
Sandy, what's up, baby? Paul Joseph Williams, and you read all of that. As y'all trickle in on my FB, I got it again. Much love to everybody on the other platforms checking us out, and those checking us out on WBKS1.com. Y'all made those numbers jump up yesterday. Salute to y'all.
Respect. Thank you.
Yes, much respect. We saw them WBKS1.com numbers. Absolutely amazing. Again, today's show is sponsored by Cranky Granny's Sweet Rolls. Shout out to Cranky Granny's.
Shout out to Cranky.
Yes.
Respect.
Yes.
Yo, try the vegan sweet roll, y'all.
Absolutely.
I gotta try the vegan sweet roll. She delivers to you.
Yo,
no, she's
strawberry,
out here
brother. I'm partial to the strawberry.
Absolutely.
Just letting you know.
I
ain't no,
like strawberry.
I'm no vegan.
No doubt.
Listen, bro. You can get that vegan
sugar,
roll
butter,
with that strawberry sauce in it,
realness,
and you're gonna be loving it. You're gonna be loving it. You're gonna be loving it.
That's your favorite one?
The vegan joint?
I mean the strawberry joint.
Strawberry is my absolute favorite. But I ain't had the banana.
I like the vegan
banana
joint, bro. That vegan roll is what it is.
No doubt. I like the chocolate one.
Actually. Oh yeah, that chocolate one was banging too.
Chocolate one is banging.
That looks good.
Yeah, definitely. So salute to Cranky Granny's.
I'm gonna have to
Sweet
get a
Rolls.
batch of the banana pudding joint. That joint.
I heard about
that.
Crazy.
That
looks lethal, yo.
That looks bananas too.
I heard about that. So we're gonna talk about some things today. Some things today.
All right.
And don't want nobody to get mad, upset. You know how we do on the Man Cave Morning Show, but we want you to give us your honest opinion, your honest thoughts, your honest views about these topics and everything. But one of our topics today is going to be, are we our own worst enemy?
Here we go. Early in the morning with this.
Yes.
Early in the morning, you got me on
Are
this
we our own worst enemy? So you're going to, to those who this applies to, you're going to want to share this out. Put this on your status. Put this on your page. Share it out. We want you to call in. And our calling number is
646-233-1302.
You already know what it is. All right, so ready to get it popping?
I'm ready, bro.
Are we
Definitely
our own
ready.
worst enemy? So, let me tell you what sparked this.
What?
Let me tell you what you did.
What I do?
Bruh.
What did I do now?
Bruh.
What did I do?
Bruh.
What?
This what happened. So you
What
sent
happened
me.
was-
Yes, you sent me this article.
Go ahead.
So Deacon Wu sent me this article, man, and wow. So the article basically read, and it's from the Washington Post. It said, no progress for African Americans on home ownership,
True.
unemployment,
True.
and incarceration in 50 years.
Okay, come on.
No progress in
Go ahead.
50 years on home ownership, unemployment, and incarceration.
Let's get
in
it.
50 years.
Okay.
Why do you feel that is so? And I'm gonna break down what they were talking about.
Come on.
So when it comes to home ownership, they basically said the rate of home ownership, one of the most important ways of working in middle-class families to build wealth, has remained virtually unchanged for African Americans in the past 50 years.
Go ahead.
Black
Sheesh.
ownership remains just over 40%, trailing 30% behind the rate for whites,
Okay.
who have seen modest gains during that time in 50 years.
All right.
Wow,
So
that's crazy.
let's start with that. Okay, what do you attribute that to?
It's because we're shiftless, lazy,
Ooh,
and we're our own worst enemy.
Bruh.
And black on black crime. That is why our rate is 40 points lower than those of our white counterparts.
Wow.
It is definitely all our fault. We definitely need to pull ourselves up by our bootstraps, take our vitamins and say our prayers, and participate in this American dream, sir. What is wrong with you? Vote Republican. That's the problem.
Home ownership.
You the problem.
All right. So I'm gonna go a little bit different than what you're saying, bro.
Please, sir.
I say part of the problem is
I can't even keep a straight face with what I just said.
part of
Go
the
ahead.
problem is one, credit.
Right.
Our credit.
It's horrible.
Things we do to damage our credit.
Okay.
I'm saying we as a people.
Go ahead. Come on.
Two, some of the guidelines to own a home now is crazy. It's ridiculous. And just better jobs, period, to be able to sustain a home and sustain a mortgage.
Okay.
So a lot of these, to me, are contributing factors. And education. I think education is a big part of it. You know what I'm saying? To understand mortgages and finance and rate. You know what I'm saying? And percentage and all of that. So to me, these are some of the attributing factors.
Google this, please, and if my numbers are off, forgive me. But I read somewhere, I think this morning, that wealth distribution in the country, like average white family is working with about 170 grand liquid, and the average black family working about 17,000. So when you're talking about home ownership, credit, etc., certainly if you have more to begin with, right, it will be advantageous to you to have more money than less. Am I right? And
Absolutely.
Go ahead. All right, now. And also, what is the reason for that, sir? Okay, if I work hard and you work hard, and I have a degree from Harvard and you have a degree from Harvard, well then, sir, in America, we should get the exact same return on our money. We should be hired at the exact same rate because I went to Harvard and you went to Harvard, right? Oh, okay. I think you black people don't work hard enough. That's what I think it is. You don't work hard enough. You're shiftless and lazy in your ghettos. You're drowning your baby mama in black on black crime drama.
Bro, I can't believe you're saying this.
That is what, and indeed you are.
This is like a super shocker.
You are indeed your own worst enemy because you control the means of production in your community.
Okay. All right. Yeah, shout out to my dude Andre Kelly on the check-in. Shout out to Susan Moore. Welcome Susan to the show. She said I believe in reparations. Daniel Spencer said hey y'all. D Forte said hey guys. Carl Cash Horton, what's good family? Geez, Susan Moore said geez, need positivity. Black community needs to take FHA and purchase units, not single family homes.
Yo, that's a big fact. That is
deep.
Definitely a big fact.
Deep. Also very true. All joking aside. I was joking, by the way. But
and Paul Joseph Williams said, yes, we are. Yes, we are. We embrace ratchetness over righteousness, and that's sad. I freaking agree. I freaking agree. Good morning. Good morning, Lisa Tweet.
We can be pretty ratchet.
Yes, good morning, Lisa Tweet. What's
definitely,
good? What's good?
Definitely.
Now, okay, so one of the other things, and again, if you just join us, we're talking about are we our own worst enemy?
Okay.
And so that's a broad question because we can go with relationships, we can go with business, we can go with race, us as a people. So we're going to go all over the place with that one topic. Are we our own worst enemy? But in reference to what we're talking about now, again, this topic was sparked from this article in the Washington Post. No progress for African Americans on home ownership, unemployment, and incarceration in 50 years. So you mean in 50 years we didn't move at all? We didn't really take a jump, a leap? So we talked about home ownership.
Because we're shiftless and lazy, sir.
So let's go with the next
That's
one.
That's why we didn't make any advances in 50 years.
Unemployment. All
okay.
Right. So 7.5% of African Americans were unemployed in 2017. 7.5%.
All right.
Compared with 6.7% in 1968. Still roughly twice the white unemployment rate.
So our unemployment rate is increasing, not decreasing. Why? Why, sir? Why? Why is that? Why would that be the case? You got the internet, you got student loans, you got a black president and a black mayor, sir. What's the problem?
Correction, had
a black president.
What's the problem? You run your own communities, you got congressmen, you're active in politics. What's your problem, sir?
So when you talk about employment, you can either work for yourself.
Yes, sir.
Or work for someone else, right?
Of course.
All right. So now, job availability is one of the reasons to me why I think why unemployment for us is so high.
All right.
Is there a lot of jobs out there right now?
Across the board.
For us, do we get overlooked?
Yes, we do.
For what reasons?
Why do we get overlooked?
For what reasons do we get overlooked when it comes to finding a job?
Institutionalized racism, sir.
Is that the case?
In some instances, of course it is.
All right.
Yes.
So in the case of the self-employed African American,
okay,
what happens then? So a self-employed African American that has to shut his business, that owns a business,
go ahead,
and may have to shut it down, which is going to cause what? Unemployment.
Of course.
Right?
Yes.
Why is the reason why a lot of African American businesses are getting shut down?
Now, when you ask that question, you got to think about
we're gonna go there. I see today.
Think about the percentage of interest that we'll get approved for, which is 10 times more higher than the percent that they're gonna loan to a white person.
Now, why would that be, sir?
That's also racism as well.
Hold on. Don't gloss over that. You said that a white person is more likely to get a loan than a black person?
I'm saying
how dare
a white person.
How dare you?
I can't take you right
Obama.
now. Obama. Stop
Fixed it.
Hold on.
Go ahead.
I'm saying I'm black, you're white. We both go for a $5,000 loan, right? They're going to probably give me a higher interest rate to pay that $5,000 back than you.
Predatory lending, higher interest rate.
Yes, that's what
General
I'm talking
can speak
about.
to that as a business owner. Okay.
That's what I'm talking about.
That's true.
So in the event, it's going to be a higher pressure on my tail versus yours as far as keeping my business afloat. So 9 times out of 10, I'm more likely to go out of business than you.
So you start with less capital and have to pay greater interest rates.
Yes.
Am I right? Okay.
Yes.
Let's talk about it.
All right. Okay. So that's one of the reasons. So
Okay.
again, you're basically attributing that to you're blaming it on who? When you say that, I mean, just keep it 100. By your statement just now, you're blaming it on who?
The man. Now, Let me.
The man.
I completely agree. Now, watch this.
Okay.
Addressing a truth is not necessarily blame. Now, during the course of the show, we're going to illustrate how we're at fault as well. So don't get it twisted and think that I believe that there aren't things that we're doing to shoot ourselves in the foot, because there are. Okay? But to gloss over Jim Crow, racism, prison industrial, etc., all the things that we do, you do it at your peril. You have to accurately see what's going on both sides. So I can't get with this argument like, you're just blaming the man and that's your problem. No. So it's enough blame to go around, sir.
So you're blaming the man that if we start a business
go ahead,
and we're self-employed and that business fails, 9 times out of 10, a business fails because of what?
Lack of support from the community.
Now,
whose fault is that? Whose fault is that? That's our fault.
Is that the man's fault?
No.
Okay.
It's not the man's
fault. So it's not the
fault.
man's fault.
I just said, right, that this problem is a fork, not a spoon. It's got prongs. So now if you want to go back to lack of support from our own community, that's because we don't value our products and ourselves the way we value other people. We feel as black people that if it's black, is less valuable than if it's white in goods, services, and commerce. This is fact. You can't deny that. I can't do that on the air. That's facts.
All right, check this out.
All
right. So we, at some point in time, I get you with the man.
Yes. Yes.
All right. So we're talking about, okay, as far as keeping a job, and we talking about these unemployment rates as far as working for somebody else, these corporations. If I had a job at Prudential,
go ahead.
If I had a job at AT&T or whatever, like that, there's no reason why I shouldn't be able to find a place to live, why I should be able to feed myself, or whatever like that, right? So listen. There's no reason why all of this. So like my wife, she's been working at Prudential for 25 years.
Come on.
Right? So she got job stability.
Come on.
So in the case of the self-employed African American,
right,
starts his business. So I'll take a business as a store, for example.
Come on.
Retail store. So they got to buy product. So here's some of the complaints that I hear.
Come on.
It costs more for me to buy product.
Okay.
For my business. It costs more for me to get the machinery. Boom, 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 boom. If I want to start using charge cards, I have to pay more, and this and that.
That's true. That's a fact.
It's going to cut into my profits.
Okay.
So here's all the factors, right?
That's true.
But with all that being said, that's just the expenses that go along with business, period. It's just the expenses that go along with
General.
No,
listen.
It
no,
is.
Listen.
It is.
So hold on.
Listen,
wait. No,
it's just the expenses that go along with business.
So you're justifying that it's fair that I have to pay more?
No.
We acknowledge
You
that your overhead is more than a white person's overhead.
No, you didn't let me finish.
Finish.
You didn't let me finish.
Go ahead.
I see it sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Even in this business with insurance, the insurance that goes on a radio station or a recording studio, bro.
Yes, sir.
See, y'all don't know that. The insurance.
No, I got you.
When you got to take out $1 million insurance policy.
Okay.
And you pay, you know what I'm saying? Like, my business, I had to take a $1 million insurance policy. But listen,
okay,
they made me take a certain policy because of the area,
right,
the location,
right,
boom,
right.
And once they sent somebody down here to see the face,
come on,
feel me. So it's like I seen where over the phone I was offered one policy,
right,
and then after face to face and whatever like that, and they did their research or whatever like that, then I was offered another policy.
So let me ask you a question because I want to let you finish. Let me ask you a question. Insurance in the black community, like say for a car, right, is more expensive than it is a white community. Insurance to have this business insured in the city of Plainfield that we live in is more expensive, right, than it is in a certain other community. Now, I asked you, sir, as a business owner, why is that? I'm just asking. Is it because we're more violent? We're more of a risk, right? We're less responsible? Is that what it is, sir? Is that wait? Is that why if I insure my car in Plainfield is one rate, and if I insure my car in Scotts Plains, it's another. Though the income in Scotts Plains is way higher than the income in Plainfield. So poorer people have to pay more money to get the same service that other people get.
I agree, Will.
Go ahead.
I agree. Let me read Andre Kelly's comment. Shout out to Andre Kelly. He says, no, white race is our worst enemy. Always have been and always will be. Unemployment is so high amongst us is because we depend on our natural born enemy to provide us jobs instead of creating ourselves. But see, that I agree with. But once, Andre, and salute, but once we create our own jobs,
all right,
we create, our own employment.
Yes.
Again,
yes.
the problem still the man, because once we create it, no, listen, once we create it, then what you need for it to flourish is what? Support. You need customers. You need support. You need customers. These are the only two things you need. Support, customers. Support, customers. All right, so my point is to say I see a lot of black businesses shutting down, closing. I've seen some. I grew up watching some thrive for a minute, and then they shut down. I grew up watching some, just recently, some would be in business for 6 months and have to shut down.
Okay.
Because of what? Lack of support.
Now, can we address the elephant in the room, sir? Right? If we're in black business,
don't erase over that fact.
No, I'm not. I'm not. No, I'm not. I'm not. And I'm built for it. And let's go. Can we address the elephant in the room? For a lot of African Americans, feel that a black product is inferior to a white product. My question is, and I'm not taking away anything that you're saying, okay? My question is, why is that so? In other words, black people spend money on stupid shit every day, but refuse to spend money on quality from their own. Why is that? If I go and try to get some revenue, okay, if I try to sell a product based upon my black radio station, right, I get a lot of pullback. Yet, a Burberry bag, right, and all this other foolishness, right? My question to you is, why is that the case? Why don't we value our own? Is that the man or is that us? Are we just skizzleheads and hate each other, or the man got a program on us to make us hate each? What's up, bro? Right. Don't gloss over that either.
No, not at all. Okay, so let's read some comments. All right. So shout out to Susan Moore. She said whites need to support black businesses. Boom.
Facts. But they don't.
Unless it's a soul food spot. What?
Yeah.
No. Let a black person open up a soul food spot.
Right. Everybody in
Westfield with everybody in there.
Well, yeah.
Whites,
they support restaurants.
Hispanic.
So what else though?
All right.
Not much.
So okay. So I'm just saying. I'm going to play devil's advocate, bro.
Come on.
So hold on. Abel, salute to Abel, said, is the black community spirit broken? Okay. Could that be a reason why we're our own worst enemy? True indeed. Shout out to Tanya Lewis. Daniel Spencer, welcome Daniel. Hello.
Hey, Dr. D.
Do I need to bring up the Homestead Act? That alone established wealth of whites for centuries.
Thank you.
Yeah, break it down.
In addition, she also said, first of all, we cannot compare with whites because we know that banks do not loan to blacks at the same rate due to racism. Also, whites have had centuries of a head start in that area, being given loans and generational wealth since slavery.
Let me.
That's deep.
Who said that?
D. Spencer said that.
That's Dr. D. Now watch this. Let's go back to what she said about the Homestead Act. You remember all those cowboy movies, Let's Go West, Young Man, where the settlers get out there in the land, whatever, right? Do you know that the United States government gave land away? And gave it away, and with a much discounted rate to Caucasian people. So what you're talking about is welfare. Let me say that again. Don't take my word for it. Go look up what the Homestead Act represented and how the government of this country gave land away. Wait a minute. And on the land that they gave away for free, they also got labor for absolutely free. Okay, that's welfare too. but we never perceive it in such a fashion.
All right. I get it.
But
bruh, and you know I know the history.
I know you do.
All right, so but I'm saying now.
Come on.
In our free days.
Yeah, we've been free about 2 days.
Yeah, in our free days.
Yeah, the whole 3 days we've been free.
Over the past 30 years or something, or since I've been born, maybe 50 years.
I'm gonna get no. You 50. I'm gonna give us free 4. I'm gonna give us 40 good free years. I'm sure. Go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead. We can argue about it. 40 years we've been free out the whole time we've been in the joke.
So when we're looking at what we're discussing, right? And shout out to everybody that's joining in, man. I'm gonna give y'all some shout outs in 1 sec, and I'm gonna read some comments in a second. So if you just join us, we're talking about, are we our own worst enemy? And that particular question, we're gonna apply it to a lot of different things.
Come on.
But right now we're discussing something that was kind of fueled by this Washington Post article, which says no progress for African Americans on home ownership, unemployment, and incarceration in 50 years.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so one of the things we already discussed, we're discussing home ownership, we're discussing unemployment. Now we're gonna talk about incarceration. All right, so basically it breaks down. The share of incarcerated African Americans has nearly tripled between 1968 and 2016. One of the largest and most depressing developments in the past 50 years, especially for black men. Researchers said, okay, African Americans are 6.4 times as likely than whites to be jailed or in prison, compared with 5.4 times as likely in 1968. So I'm at listen. I think okay, and this is one point to where I'm gonna break this down. As far as I think incarceration has increased amongst African Americans.
Mm-hmm.
One, because of privatized prisons and the business that goes behind prison systems. So now we're getting more trumped up charges.
Mm-hmm.
We getting extensive prison time for a minor offense.
Go ahead.
You know what I'm saying? And because they want to keep us in the prison systems.
Go ahead.
All right, because they cut deals with corporations.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just keeping it real. They want to cut deals with corporations.
Right.
Okay, so they have basically free labor.
Okay.
So they need to keep us in the prison systems.
General.
And which is sad.
General, first of all, the amount of economics that we produced as slaves was staggering. It's in the trillions of dollars. Okay. Now that slavery ended, right? You got a lot of economy that disappeared, a lot of money that disappeared. Okay. So, how then do we continue to make money off of this cash cow? What you do is criminalize their behavior, meaning if I get pulled over for weed and a white boy gets pulled over to weed, I'm 3 times more likely. You over police our communities, you fine us out the ass with broken tail lights and do all this other stuff. So you are absolutely right. Prisons are a money-making investment. If there are no prisoners, then their prisons are going to not make money. Okay. What drives that? Us. You criminalize us more. Okay. The supposition that the reason that the prison rate has increased by three what was it, 3 times?
Right.
Than what it was?
Yes.
Is it because we commit 3 times more criminal activity? Actually, if you want to look at the statistics, we're committing less crime now than we did then. But the financial incentive is there. Right? Because what? You got the bail system. You got to pay for lawyers. It's an entire industry designed to make money off of us that has replaced the original industry, which was slavery. Go ahead.
Okay. No, but see, I'm rocking with you on that.
But
shout out to cousin. What's up, cousin John? Let me read Lisa Tweet Carmen. What's up, Tweet? She said, is it possible that the data that's being put out there doesn't exactly represent the truth about our progress? Negative information seems to empower white people and breaks blacks down. I oftentimes question the information being put out there. Okay, so basically,
I'm with you, Lisa.
I'm rocking with you on that too. But basically, with the Washington Post, this is basically reported research, and we know research could be
skewed,
skewed and misinterpreted.
Yes, of course, especially when it comes to us.
Yes. True, but we gotta look at some truth. There's some truth in every falsehood.
Come on,
that's put out there. And when it comes to that, it probably has gotten incarceration has gotten worse over the past 50 years. It It has.
I'm questioning why. That's
on,
all.
on a lot of levels, but we know why.
All right.
And we
So we're
both,
clear.
No, we both
So we're
we
clear.
both agree why,
Okay.
because prisons has become business. Prisons have become business, and it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? It's like it benefits them to lock us up on BS.
Of course.
It benefits them.
Yes.
You know, it benefits them to frame us. It benefits them to trump up charges. We know that. We know that.
And I'm sorry, something just popped into the mind. I think Danielle Spencer is beaming information into my head where she's from. Did you know that we've always been poor? Always, since we've been in the sojourn in America. But for most of the time, even through slavery, our families were intact. Did you know that? But in the 60s, something changed. You're talking about the Kerner Commission and this idea of welfare and what it did. Okay? Something happened to take the man out of the home just recently. We've always been poor, we've always struggled, but our families have never been as fractured as they are. So when you're talking about we cannot neglect what crack did to the family in the 80s, what over-policing did to our communities, right? We're in uncharted territory in that our generations were crack babies, right? And I think for like 2 or 3 generations now, you're starting to see families without fathers. Whereas before, when we were sharecropping, right? Before integration, before we had access to money, our families still managed to stay together. Now that's no longer the case. Why is that, sir? Because we're just bad, shiftless, criminal, devious people, correct? Stop. Let's keep talking. I just wanted to interject that, and we go ahead back on to what you're saying.
Definitely.
Hey,
I got some facts right quick. While you guys were talking, I was typing in some stats here. So it says approximately 12 to 13% of the American population is African American.
Right.
And then they said, but they make up 35% of jail inmates, 37% of prison inmates. Of the 2.2 million male inmates as of 2014, and this is straight from U.S. Department of Justice 2014. Those were the numbers that they released.
You know why that is, sir?
4 years
Because
ago.
13% of the population commits 35% of the crime in America. Get the
yeah, it's crazy, right?
Oh, miss me with that bullshit.
It's crazy.
Oh my God, stop.
All right, so we got some comments right here. I'm gonna go into that.
Let's read these comments.
Shout out to Audrey Thomas. She joined us. She said, "Good morning, fellas."
Audrey.
We got Miss Carvin Lisa. She just checked in. She said, "Is it possible that the data that is being put out?"
That.
Oh, you just read that. Okay. So, all right,
I'm
I'm gonna scroll up. I got you. So we got Susan Moore. She said, "Andre." She said, "White supremacy." And then she said, "Why make all whites the enemy?" Then we have Raymond Bone. He said, "It is us. We need to support each other. Why we feel like we need any race to support us when the number one consumer in the country, and when we do build something, we sell it." So he's basically saying that we're the number one consumers. We can obviously support ourselves.
I hear General's mind. I hear
when he said we build something to sell it.
Yeah, he's talking about, like, I guess selling out, or not being in business long enough, and
listen,
you know we
having about
else.
we having about 5 radio shows at one time. Just want you to know. Talk about this shit for 10 hours straight.
But
go ahead, bro.
Listen.
Go ahead.
As far as that building, that's business though. That's business. Building something to sell it is business in general. A lot of people build things just to sell it. You know what I'm saying? Or to cut deals, a bigger deal to make the business grow. I mean, look what Oprah Winfrey just did that. She cut somebody in for X amount of percent. Who was that? What company was that?
I forgot the company.
Was it Viacom? No, it was some other company. She just did. So she gave up a piece of her business in order for it to grow. So there's different reasons why people build something to sell something. Now, in the case of Bob Johnson, where he actually controlled an actual black-owned television station, BET, an initial. Today, what it has become, I think it was a bad move. Do I think
right. No, I got you.
Do I actually think that Viacom actually attributed to BET's growth? No. No. But He did his move for whatever reason.
Okay.
He sold that company or whatever like that to attain his money, and he got out the game.
I think that African Americans are unique. Like, when I look at how you do business, there's no way in the world you can just be a pure businessman. Because if you were a pure businessman in the purest essence of it, right, everything that you would do would be for profit, okay? We know that we have to increase ownership in our community. So though it might be a better business and more shrewd business decision to make just for you strictly being a capitalist, right, you also keep in mind, well, if I sell it, then I don't own it. That's the first thing.
Definitely.
The second thing I want to pivot back to, because we're all over the place. I want to pivot back to are we our own worst enemy and talk about black business?
Yes.
Now, let me say this to you. Do you know, in some cases, I might get in trouble, I sacrifice to do business with my own. What do I mean? I'm not going to get into the name of the business, okay? But it's somebody that I do business with. Listen. I go there to this black-owned business, right? And the shingle say 10 o'clock we open, and they're not open at 10 o'clock. Okay, the shingle say, if I call back to that particular business, right, the person may not return my call in a timely fashion. So now I'm trying to balance the value that I get, knowing that I can go to another community and get my thing like this, right, and also taking into consideration that's my people. So now watch this as a consumer. Watch this as a consumer. You're charging me, not all black business, but I'm just talking about this one particular case. And don't act like you don't know what I'm talking about, because we can all catch it. Number one, I gotta spend more money with you. So to hell with y'all with that. Number two, you're late. You're not on time. Okay? Now, I'm not saying stop it. This is what I'm saying. I have to balance out my right as a consumer and my right as a black man, meaning that I'm going to be more patient with an African American business, right? With an African American bank, etc., than I am going to be with someone else. So I might have to sacrifice my personal game because I'm into nation building, General. Number two, as a person that owns their black business, don't tell me you don't get hit with the stereotype that you're late and you're not late. Don't tell me you don't get hit with the stereotype you charge too much money when you charge less than. This affects you too.
Absolutely.
This stereotype.
Absolutely.
But some of it is not a stereotype. Some business that I do, I sacrifice to do it just because the person's black, and I get a worse of a service. And I got my woman, when I had a woman, why you coming here? They always give you bad service. They trying to play you. You a sucker. You need to, you follow what I'm saying? Like, you need to go to the manager and say you need to improve your business. Well, that's true. But if I don't keep going back, they're going to go out of business.
Right.
What I'm doing, Norm?
Right.
This shit is a problem.
I get it. And then we always want the discount from our own.
Oh my God.
We always want the discount from our own. That's real talk.
Facts.
And you know what?
I just said that yesterday.
But
all
you
the
know
time,
what?
especially.
But you know what?
What?
Here's where we are our own worst enemy, like you were saying. So, like you said, you have to sacrifice some things
In certain businesses, yes.
When you want to do business with
my own,
other African Americans. So, like, I know, for instance, I know a shirt company, right? I know a company. This is a black-owned business that they do shirts and they put the names on the shirts and do stuff like that, whatever. So when I go to them, with what you call that, the screen print that you got to put on.
Yes.
With everything already done, and then they be like, I'm like, yo, I need you to do 20 shirts or whatever like that.
Come on.
Yo, for 20 shirts, I kid you not, I'm paying close to $200.
That's ridiculous.
$200 or about $220 for 20
That's
shirts,
ridiculous.
right? To get 20 shirts done.
That's ridiculous.
Now, I go across the way.
Come on.
Let's
talk about this shit.
To John and Susan. Sorry, I'm using those names.
Come on.
I go across the way, right? And they charging me for 20 shirts.
Come on.
I'll say maybe $7 a shirt. $7 a shirt. Sometimes $6 a shirt or whatever like that. So I have to look at things.
So
like that.
so BKS1 is going to John and Susan, but General is going to the black. That's what I'm talking about.
And they're using the same equipment.
Bruh, as a businessman, where you going, bruh? Strictly BKS1. Strictly BKS1, bottom line, you're going to Susan's. You're not going to Akbar's. That's a fact. How do you balance that, sir? This ain't no joke out here, man.
But
we never talk about this shit.
But you know what? I had a conversation, and this the whole thing. I had a conversation with the business owner from this business.
Come on.
And I explained that to him. I would rather do business here.
Come on.
All right. I would rather do business here and such, you know. So I'm thinking like, you know, once she explained it to me, she broke it down. She said, well, the reason why we charge a little bit more is because this we have to pay for, this we have to pay for, this. So I'm like, okay, I get it. I get it. But then when, you know, we're trying to have a conversation, she's like, but if you want to take your business elsewhere, go ahead. So it was like, I was like, oh, okay. All right.
Bye.
You know, peace. I'm out. And I get it. Even with restaurants.
Which we frequent all the time.
I go and like, okay, you're open on Monday.
You ain't open on Tuesday.
You're closed on Tuesday. You're open on Wednesday. You're closed on, and it's like
you open up late on Thursday.
Like if you put up, and this is with any business, if you put up, I am open from 10 to 5.
That's not a suggestion.
I expect when I go there,
you to be open.
10:05,
you to be open.
For you to be open. Not. I gotta keep checking back.
And hold it.
I gotta keep checking back, and then like I see you're open at 12, and that your sign says 10 o'clock.
General and well stocked. Just doesn't mean you open the door. It means that you selling pancakes. Not we ran out of pancakes. Could you wait a second? If the door is open, I need you to be 100% up. On time, open on a consistent basis. If you got a problem with the supply line, the pancake man, you know how many times I go to bed? Could you please wait now? Why? If I said I want curry goat and you open, where's my curry goat? If I go into a white neighborhood and ask for a product, I make big stink about it not being ready for me on time. If there was a hair, this and the other. With black people, I be sitting there waiting for it. Hold on, you making me wait to spend money with you? But I'm a bad guy. I'm a sellout though. Dawood the sellout, right?
See, that's my whole thing. But then if you address the issues, I've seen somebody address an issue like that because they still wanted to support this particular restaurant, whatever, and then the owner got indignant or whatever like that. We have to be willing to be like, look, I want to support you, I want to rock with you. You know what I'm saying? But you know, I come for this every week. I come for the chicken with the such and such and such.
Every Friday I come.
And then when I come, when I'm coming, you don't have the chicken with the such and such. Or
you know every week I come.
Or you ran out, this and this and that. Or you know I come right. You say you close at 5, I'm coming at 4 and you're closed.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You're coming, you know, it's like if we address it and we talk to you about it, you know, because we want to support your business, and then you shut us down, or you get angry, or you get upset.
Misdirected anger.
Yeah, you can't be mad if we stop supporting that business, whatever. And this is what we're talking about today. Are we our own worst enemy? And
you might be swaying me, sir. You might be swaying me with your arguments.
Hold on. Check this out. So let's say we just got a couple of black businesses out there that's still learning business etiquette with, you know, being true to your hours of operation and, you know, being true to your business model. What about the other black businesses that are being successful that we can still find to invest in those businesses?
Absolutely. Let me tell you, man, I'm pro black business. Always have been.
Come on.
You know what I'm saying? And like anybody selling something in Plainfield, 9 times out of 10, where I'm from, I bought it. Anybody open up a store or something like that, I go visit it. I shout out Best in Town all the time.
We eat there once a week.
Because we eat there, and the food is good.
Right.
And the service is
good.
good.
Is rocking.
Sometimes they give me extra platters because they respect me as a customer.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And as a business.
Yes. Certain hair salons. I always shout out to D at 3H, the barbershop on Front Street in Plainfield. I think one of the biggest barbershops in Plainfield. Is huge, man. But I seen their growth.
Come on.
So I seen their growth, and I supported them every since. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, and support is supposed to be mutual. Support is supposed to be mutual, a mutual thing. You know what I'm saying? So it's like if you see me supporting you or supporting what you do or whatever, like that, support back. But what I don't like is when you know your service could be better, when you know you're messing up. And then you get mad
when I bring this to your attention.
When we bring to you, or we just want to go somewhere else because you're not providing the service you said you was going to provide. So it is what it is. That's not hating on nobody. That's just saying I'm paying my money. I'm expecting some type of service, decent service.
Also, you gotta understand how it's become a detriment and a liability to me as a consumer. I was so pro-black and so Pan-African and so we gotta support that I literally began. A person that I love very much pointed this out to me. Right? Hope she's listening. I would accept subpar service and just got into this habit, and she would be like, "Go somewhere else." I was so locked into black support, blah 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 blah, that they took advantage of me. Right? They would overcharge me, continue to give me bad service. Whereas if I was in a Caucasian establishment, I'm hyper vigilant. Did you not do this? Did you not do that? You follow what I'm saying? So as a consumer now, not as a Pan-Africanist or radio show host, as a consumer, as an African American, I have been abused by some African American business because they know I'm so gung-ho, so they give me worse service, late. You understand? May try to overcharge me. Oh, okay. Last thing. Think about this in your mind. I'm going to say this to you. Who's your mechanic? And how many mechanics have you gone through in your life, right? That scammed you, overcharged you. Let's keep it real, baby boy. Or then when your wife get mad at you, you just go to the white neighborhood, get it done, and that's that. Come on, man.
We got a lot of comments
let's talk.
to read.
Oh, wait. Hold up. Not to cut you off, but before we read those comments, there's actually some breaking news that I just happened to scroll on by.
What's that?
It says Crossland High School is placed on lockdown after Twitter users said he was going to start a shooting at a school. Now, for those of you who may not know where Crossland High School is located, it's actually in Prince George's County, right outside of Maryland, which is pretty much outside of D.C. So that's what's going on right now. So you guys keep your eyes and ears open.
All right. Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy. Wow.
Go ahead, General.
All right, so we're gonna read some comments.
Go ahead.
All right, so some comments that we got right now. We got Kia Hush.
Hey,
she
Kia.
says he's telling the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
No
Shout
doubt.
out to her for listening.
Kaya, Kia.
We got Raymond Bone. He says once you create that wealth, he said once you create that wealth, you other people money to create more. Once you create that wealth, use other people's money to create more wealth.
Okay.
That's how you take care of generations of your people.
Okay. No doubt.
All right. So I'll clap that up.
Gary Green.
We got D Green in the house. He says, 1, are we our own worst enemy? No.
Yes, we are, Derek.
We can be detrimental to our progress, but the system is our worst enemy. Then he says, number 2, do women have it easier than men? Easy is relative. Overall, no. So he's just so
your wife must have typed that.
So
brother.
he's just commenting on our topics. Shout out to you for listening. Also, we have
Go ahead.
Al-Tariq
Atkins. He says a lot of us are our own worst enemy, but so are other people. But they are more together than us. Facts.
Audrey Thomas.
All right, so Audrey just typed a whole paragraph for us, y'all.
Break it down.
A whole paragraph. But shout out to Brooklyn for listening, though. All right, so she says, listen, I have no problem supporting black-owned businesses, but when I work all week and my weekend comes, I only have so many hours in the day to do all that I need to do before Monday. I cannot go into a hair salon at 9 a.m. to get my hair washed and be leaving at 4 p.m. That's a no-no. That's why before I went natural again, I stopped going to the black-owned salons and went to the Dominicans because I was in and out.
Facts.
Dominicans are black too.
Facts.
Jeannie Keys, she said, LOL. Derek Skinner said, I'm starting to believe Wu and I were separated at birth.
Okay.
Yes. Derek Green laughing, he said, LOL. Yeah, man, look, it is what it is. We got to be honest when it comes to this thing. Are we our own worst enemy? And we're applying that to a lot of different things we about to discuss. So,
making a great case, sir.
So for instance, right? All right, where's one of the places you take your child to eat or to celebrate their birthday?
Oh,
snap. Let's say, what's one of the places?
I used to go to Chuck E. Cheese. So.
Chuck E. Cheese, right?
I used to go to Chuck E. Cheese with my kids.
Did y'all hear? So yesterday, right? And this was in Deptford, New Jersey, whatever. People in there.
Great segue, sir.
Yes.
Was this North or South Jersey?
South Jersey.
Come on, let's get it.
People are in Chuck E. Cheese.
Oh, you mean Delaware?
Come on.
Nah, bro. This is Jersey.
Come on.
People were in there enjoying the meal with their kids. Little birthday parties going on. It was African Americans and the colonizers. I mean, Caucasian people.
Right.
It was and they were in there enjoying themselves, whatever. So here come a sister, another sister. Boom. Some reason they got into an argument. Boom, 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 boom. Big brawl breaks out. In Chuck E. Cheese, yo. Like, it was crazy. It's like 20 people, about 20 people. So here's the story. A massive fight broke out inside of a Chuck E. Cheese restaurant in Deptford, New Jersey. It happened around 6 p.m. Sunday. Police said the fight involved 15 to 20 people. A woman suffered a minor stab wound to her hip, and an employee also sustained injuries. Police said 2 women were taken into custody.
You got stabbed in Chuck E. Cheese.
What motivated the fight was unclear. Regardless of the situation, I bring this up because there's a lot of these situations that keep happening. Keep happening in different establishments, restaurants. I went into a restaurant. I ain't gonna put them on blast where it was.
All right.
And it's like a petty little fight broke out at a bar restaurant. You know, it's one of the restaurants I frequent.
Okay.
And then next thing you know, 2 people fighting, 4 people fighting, 5 people, and it was all us. And it was around. It was around a whole bunch of the other people. And I'm sitting up here like, yo.
Okay. So
it was stupid. It was stupid. It was crazy. And I start seeing a lot of little instances like this, and it makes you like, damn, I don't even want to go to the club no more. I don't want to go to Chuck E. Cheese no more. I don't even want to go out and chill with my wife no more or whatever. Like sometimes.
What's that, sir?
We don't know how to act.
Okay.
Sometimes.
So.
And wait a minute. Then I'm gonna let you run. I'm gonna let you run. And then I look at the comments on the news article about this fight that breaks out about Chuck E. Cheese. You know how they put up the news article and then anybody can comment under the article? I see us getting called savages.
Okay.
I see us getting called animals.
Right.
I see people saying, oh, when I see them in there, I don't even want to go in there.
Okay.
Crying.
So, which brings me to our point, our question. Are we sometimes our own worst enemy? Let's keep it real.
Okay.
Let's keep it real.
Number one, I sometimes, don't kill me, guys. Sometimes don't want to go in there with them too, right? Because I'm afraid that something's gonna happen. Now, when you're talking about savage, we have to keep this human, okay? Because while we may stab your ass in Chuck E. Cheese, okay, we're not gonna shoot it up, okay? So if we want to unpack this argument for real, if you want to really have a conversation about it, we're keeping it germane to African Americans. Black folks pop off a lot, bruh. Right? Yeah. But I'll be damned if I allow the media to spin it in a certain type of way, because what did you say? When I see them, I see a savage. That's okay.
When I saw those comments, I was getting heated.
You see a savage and you're in fear. Okay. So when police lights come behind me, that's what I see. Okay. So that's how I feel. So if you're in fear, right, you may look at me in a fearful way, but colonizers, I look at you fearfully as well. Because though me and you might get into a fight, Norm, white folks might kill everybody in there because they got a hangnail.
But listen, and I agree with you. Clap that up. I agree with you, bro. But here's what I'm saying. Why can't we sometimes, right? Especially, I'm gonna use Chuck E. Cheese as the example. So they're in Chuck E. Cheese. These are 2 women or whatever. Their kids are playing. Whatever. The kids are playing in there. They're having a good time celebrating a birthday party. Why couldn't, even if they had a beef, look around and say, you know what? I want to kick your ass. I'm going to kick your ass too.
Right.
Let's take this outside. Or let's take this outside. They tore up that joint. They tore up that spot with kids in there disregard for anybody's safety or whatever. You know what I'm saying? It's like we have to think sometimes. We just have to think.
I agree, sir.
You know what I'm saying?
Of course.
And so when you get called,
that's deplorable.
In a situation like that, when you get called an animal, savage, when I see them in there, I don't even want to go. You know, when I was reading these damn comments under the newspaper articles and stuff, I was like, yo, what? And I wanted to come at some of these other people, and I wanted to come at them. But just to let y'all know real quick, y'all do it too. And I'm going to say this too. Y'all do it too. Don't call us savages without looking at what the hell y'all do. So check this clip out, people. Check this clip out.
Some families who turned out for a night of fun at a Miami Chuck E. Cheese's instead got to witness or take part in an all-out brawl. This video posted to Twitter has been shared all over social media and in the news media. It appears to show adults pulling hair, throwing punches, and cursing at each other, paying no mind to the children watching it all unfold. The video only lasted about 30 seconds, but the chaos went on longer than that. A spokesperson for Chuck E. Cheese's told a local news station in Florida the incident started as an argument between two customers that escalated into a physical altercation, and the store manager...
two savages.
All right, we are back. So goes to my point of saying, excuse me, y'all do it too. Y'all do it too. So with that being said, caller from the 334, state your name where you're calling from. You're on the Man Cave Morning Show.
Yes, brother. Peace and blessings to the whole panel, and I salute you, brother Norman. This is brother Tariq.
What's up, fam?
I'm playing from New Jersey. I'm now in the Alabama area, but I'm really loving y'all for this realness that y'all putting out here right now.
Appreciate you, bro. Appreciate you, bro.
That's right. I appreciate you too. What I wanted to say was that when you look at everything and how things been going, which we don't really view history well. We understand personal history, but looking at collective history, we don't really look at it the way that we should.
Preach.
And when we're looked upon as savage and stuff like that, you must still remember. We must remember that it was a time where we were looked upon as inferior.
Yes.
We was looked upon as no better than a people's dog.
Preach.
A gift for Christmas.
Preach.
To other people.
That's right.
And things like that. So if we don't remember and understand the bad parts of the past, then those same things keep going on. Because nothing has never changed and everybody just jumped up and said, we are the world for real. It was a nice song, but that's not how it was going down.
Right, right.
So until we start doing what we need to, as far as support, are we our own worst enemy? Yes, many of us are, not all of us, but it's a lot of us. And if you were kidnapped from a place, beaten down for most of your years in your family for generations, at a time coming down up to like in the 60s or however, and then things are still heaped up on you. You get out of slavery, now you're viewed mainly as criminal. You watched in all the stores. All this is happening by design. And that's just what it is. But if people don't look at it and we want to think, oh, we just better than this or that, history would tell you, no, we're not better. Not overall. Not overall. So we need to get it together. Those who are sincere, rather they're Caucasian or whatever,
right.
We got to change this way of thinking in society.
Yes, sir.
Right.
Because it's hurting us all, actually.
Yes.
But it's really hurting black folks because you look at our condition.
Right.
We the most locked up. We the last hired and the first fired. People, Muhammad Ali was saying this in the 60s. These same sentiments are being spoken about to this very minute.
Brother
so
Tariq.
What's really changed?
Brother Tariq.
But if you know,
Brother
I
Tariq.
think it's like what P. Diddy said. He said too much cooning and buffooning. He said he was even guilty of it. Come on now.
Brother Tariq, what I need you to do, sir, this is what I need you to do, Brother Tariq. I need you to pull yourself up by your own bootstrap, right? And because listen, hey, slavery doesn't exist now, right? I think you need to be keep in the presence and concentrate on the good that you do have. You got a black president. You got black politics. Listen. Oprah's a billionaire, for Christ's sake.
Right.
What more do you want? Tariq, why do you keep talking about the same thing over and over? Hold on. Holocaust Museum, never forget. Anyway, why do you keep talking about over and over? Tariq, enough, Tariq. Enough. You're making excuses.
Exactly.
With your black on black crime and your criminality. You're probably a baby daddy.
Exactly.
Hang the phone up.
Exactly. And my thing, and thanks, brother, for calling in, because my thing too.
I love you, Rick.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Thank y'all.
When we
love y'all too. Always.
And no doubt, fam. One thing is us addressing the problems like this, because I see a lot of amazing comments and a lot of thoughts in the chat and everything, but us addressing this is what we need to do more. We have to have a platform to be able to discuss our own issues and everything, because you know what? That's just like, say if we went to the white man with all our problems or whatever like that, discussing it with him, he can't help us solve our problems, right? So we have to, just like a relationship. If you having a problem with your wife or your girlfriend or whatever like that, nobody outside of the relationship really can solve your problems.
Agreed.
It's going to take you and your wife sitting down and discussing the problem and finding a solution. And we have to do more of this. We have to have more of these discussions and talk about solutions. So now with all the problems we mentioned about us and why we don't do this and why we do this to our own businesses and this. So with all these problems, now let's start talking about the solutions.
Okay.
What can we do as black business owners to be better? What can we do as just black people in general to be better? You know what I'm saying? Like, what are the solutions now? So I want to see some more solutions. So if you call in, the next call in with a solution. And here's the phone number, 646-233-1302. Yes. Brother Tariq, man, I appreciate you, man. One love, man.
Respect.
I appreciate y'all too.
Respect.
Thanks for calling in.
Y'all keep doing the good work.
Yes, sir.
No doubt.
Now, let me. I have to interject this with the solutions, and we'll allow us to move on. Do you know, economically, before integration, we were in a better position before integration than we were after. If you look at Tulsa, Oklahoma, they dropped a bomb on me. We had black cab companies, black bus companies, black doctors, black lawyers, etc. So even though we were legally disenfranchised from the community, right, with legal segregation, less access to education, and no integration, financially as a people, we were better off than. Last thing, trust me, your grandmother and your grandfather, trust me, they had land. Trust me what you got, a Lexus and no land. So you tell me why, with more access to education, laws on the books to get us integrated and to get us more access, you tell me why we are going backwards, why we have less land, less property, and less business in a supposed more supportive environment.
Right.
So when you give me these solutions, make sure you do it through that prism. Integration killed us. Carry on.
You saying integration killed us?
I'm saying it. I'm definitely saying it.
See, and I like how we have to reflect on the past in order to fix the future. And I get that. But what are we going to start doing to change these numbers, these percentages, no progress for African Americans on home ownership, unemployment, and incarceration in 50 years? What are we going to do to change that? And so it goes back to, I think Andre Kelly said it earlier in the post or whatever, we have to create. We have to create our own, period. Right. We have to create. So we talk about the food. Here's all the arguments I hear from black people.
Come on.
They give us the scraps. They give us this, whatever like that. And when it comes, they poisoning us. They putting certain foods in our community.
That's true, by the way.
So but I'm hearing this. So with doing that, so what do we have to do? Instead of buying, keeping up with the hottest rapper or whatever like that, we have to take money and invest it in things like what? Land For what? Agriculture.
Okay.
So we have to become our own farmers.
So
right. So that's one thing. So that's a solution.
Come on.
All this stuff we're talking about with what's all the things that the white man does to us? Everything, right? what's all the other things?
Do not forget, support black banks.
He poisons the water. He criminalizes our activities.
Supporting black banks. If we want value, if we really want true value for our money, we have to support black banks. Support Black Wall Street. That's the only way our investments are going to actually be valued investments.
Do you remember yesterday when I said the playbook has already been written?
Yes, I did.
Has anyone ever heard of the Nation of Islam?
Yes.
The Nation of Islam does have farms, does have land, has been practicing cooperative economics for the last 60 or 70 years.
Why don't we all know that?
I don't know, sir. Listen to me, bro. Listen to me. And I know my name is Dawood Ali, and my father came up in the Nation of Islam, and then right. Okay. Why don't we know? Your ass know Cardi B lyrics. Your ass know Kim Kardashian lyrics. Your ass know a bunch of bullshit. Okay, so the playbook that you are illustrating has not only been written, it's being carried out as we speak in a small way with the Nation of Islam. Cooperative economic, they got their own businesses, they got their own schools, they got a fishery, they got farms. All of this is already there. Why don't we know it and why don't we support it? Because we think Farrakhan's the boogeyman and he's the devil, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera.
You know,
that's why.
Once we do anything positive, you got to devalue it.
Yes.
That's what happens.
Yes.
When we do anything positive or anything great, devalue it, devalue the person behind it. You know,
yes.
Criminalize
Demonize them, criminalize them.
I mean, we know the tactics, bro.
Okay.
And we know the tactics. But here's my thing. With everything we complain about, what are we really doing about it? So from this day forward, if we say, you know what, we're not going to blame the man anymore. What can we do right now to help each other? To help each other first.
Come on.
And then to help us out.
The first thing we can do, right? The very first thing we can do as consumers is to make a decision to sacrifice at times. To sacrifice. You remember the bus boycott? I ain't walking to work, nigga. I'm going to catch the bus. If we would have said that and didn't go through discomfort and pain, right? So the first thing we can do on a macro level, micro, on a micro level, individually, is sacrifice to do business with ourselves. And of course, tell them that they're doing wrong and stuff like that. What you can do is make sure that you support black business, good or bad. Good. Notice what I said, because sometimes you're going to get bad service. First, you start with the finances, right? For a limited period of time, let's say 6 months. Then you can go to the business owner and with your list of demands and say, listen, you have to begin to change your products and your services or we're going to pull your support. But every single person can give weave money and Timberland money and weed money to someone black. Do that. And call the show back, and like I said when I gave you your homework, call the show back and tell me how. Okay. Look at it this way. Do me a favor. I just need your weave and your weed money, because you can live without weed or weave. Okay?
Hey,
you can definitely get.
Some women are listening to you right now, bro. Saying I can live without weed, but that weave.
You can live without the weed.
That will don't take away the sister's weed.
Watch this. Watch this.
Yo,
wait. So
they don't need that.
If you take weed money, right, and give it to a black-owned business,
right,
it doesn't matter whether it's good or bad. Do you follow what I'm saying?
Right.
Because it's called discretionary income. So we start with discretionary income and then reinvest it in ourselves.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And I know we do. I know we have barbershops and I know we have restaurants. That's the only two businesses we got in the community that's worth the shit. But
see, hey, look.
That and BKS1.
Hey, look, man.
and laundromat. We got laundromat.
See. You stereotyping.
I know. That's go ahead.
No, but
where you at, young squire?
This is like like what you're getting at right now is pretty much the fault in the mindset, the fact that we're saying that we can't live without these things. The fact that a woman can say that, oh, I can't live without my weave. I need my weave.
Black woman can't.
We say, oh, I can't live without weed. I need my tree. Or I can't live
without weed.
I can't live without whatever you think you can't live without. But it's like, hello, how was you living before you discovered these things? You know?
Young Squire.
That's the thing that people miss.
Young Squire.
How were you getting by before you had access to these things? How was you getting by when you didn't have a car? How was you getting by when you had to cook your own food? How was you getting by when that restaurant on the corner that you love going to and spending your money wasn't there?
What you're talking about is changing your mindset.
Yeah,
that's because guess what? The weave is a relatively new invention. Okay, so what you're talking about is changing your mindset. So my question to you, young sir, is how are young people? How can we get young people to change their mindset? What do I mean? My what do you call it? My Xbox. What's the latest Xbox?
It's like Xbox One something.
Okay,
to something.
My Xbox One, right? Did I buy my Xbox One when it first came out? No, I did not. I waited. Wait. Let me.
I don't have an Xbox.
But I know. But a lot of people do.
All right, so let's take this call real quick.
Caller from the 904.
Caller from the 904. Welcome to the Man Cave.
I got it. Let me have it. Caller from the 904. Please call back. So what I'm saying is, to change the mindset, how do you suppose that we do that? Like for instance. Okay,
we got another
caller from the 904.
Yes, caller from the 904.
What's up, caller? What's cracking?
Welcome to the Man Cave Morning Show. State your name and where you're calling from.
Hey, good morning, people. My name is Paul out of Jacksonville, Florida.
Yes, sir.
Paul, welcome to the show. Welcome.
First of all, we have to teach our children that there's more to television than Black Ink Crew, Basketball Wives, all that stupid ratchetness. They do this for a reason. Right? And I know it goes back to one of your prior shows. These TV corporations, these radio corporations, I'm not saying yours, Norm, because I love your show. I'm talking about on the general. They play this ratchetness, they play this buffoonery, they play this silliness to brainwash our young children. We have to teach our children that, look, this is not real life. This is not reality. They say it's reality, but it's not reality. This is scripted. Right? Second, we have to take our black leaders more serious. We can't clown the dude with the perm and say he ain't no good for the community. Right? He's trying. Right? We got comedians that's out there that's trying. We got Steve Harvey, we got D.L. Hughley, we got people out there trying. We got athletes. We have to take. It's not Malcolm and Martin no more, unfortunately, but we have to take what we get. And a lot of these brothers that are making these social platforms to do better for ourselves, we have to take them serious.
Okay. I agree. Now, I have a question for you then, sir. I have a question for you. Ratchet sells and negativity sells. This is facts. How do we begin to address this paradigm? Okay? Because I'm on a show that goes out every single day, right? And the amount of listeners that I have is different than the amount of listeners that a ratchet person has. I'm on a show on an independent black-owned company putting out exceptional content every day, right? But the other content gets more traction. Why is that? And what can we do about it? Ratchet sells.
Why is that?
It sells. It sells. And,
that's an easy answer.
And Joe.
Why is that?
If I was here talking about tits and ass all day, trust me, we would get more numbers. Go ahead.
That's an easy answer. They put these shows, look, there's positive hip hop out there. They don't play it purposely. There's positive shows out there for black people. They don't play it purposely. They want to keep us mentally enslaved. All right? The more ignorance they promote, the more we're going to follow. We have to rise above that as a people. We have to look beyond their buffoonery, their chicanery, because we know they're doing this purposely. All right? We have to tell our children, look, this is not real. All right? Pick up a book. Learn about Sojourner Truth. Learn about Madam C.J. Walker. Learn about Crispus Attucks. Learn about our history. All right? Don't sit there and watch World Star Hip Hop. Watch public television for half an hour. Something, hey, just watch something positive. All right? We can't let the TV babysit our kids no more. That's a huge problem. When TV babysits our kids. Mom comes home from work. She don't work all day long. She don't feel like being put up with the kids. Father worked all day. He don't work 2 jobs. He's tired. He don't want to put up with the kids. Look, I understand that. But we have to take at least an hour or 2 out of the day to teach our children right from wrong. The TV cannot babysit our children any longer.
Respect.
Definitely.
All right, Joe. Thanks
we
for your
want
call,
to definitely thank you for sharing that perspective with us. Keep listening. All right.
Respect.
Y'all have a good day, fellas.
All right, now.
All right. Have a good one.
Check this out. To follow up on Paul's point, right? To follow up on Paul's point. Whose responsibility is this, right? Because I know the content that we put out every day. And I know the sacrifices that we make to put out this content, right?
Correct. Yeah.
Now, you're talking about the man, what they're doing, how they're programming us and everything, right? You can get to our content freely. You dig what I'm saying?
Correct. Yep.
Okay, so whose fault is it that our content, right, is not as supported as ratchet content? Who is this they that we're talking about?
Listen, man, it's just crazy. Like, we always want to try to find a finger to point, or, you know, an audience to point at to say, oh, they're the ones, it's their fault, all this. But we're not understanding that, you know, we have to really embrace our own. Like, the way how most people spend money, well, in the black community specifically, like you said, everything is materialistic.
Okay.
But we don't spend money in the investive manner that we should, like investing in our own selves. Something as simple as, like, you know, healthcare or life insurance. People don't understand the importance of that.
That's very true.
And especially on a bigger scale,
life insurance.
The younger crowd,
that's a mean of income.
They don't understand the importance of investing in life insurance. You could be in a stable job. I even, you know, I experienced it my own self, you know, in the past, being in a stable job, you know, going through the entire onboarding, you know, spiel, talking about 401ks, life insurances, and, you know, understanding the importance of these things. But they don't get it because they're like, oh, I'm still living with moms, dads, or I'm still going through, like, the phase of, you know, figuring out what I want for myself. And, oh, I got too many bills. I got student loans, this, that, and the third. I need this money, so I'm not ready to invest in that.
Call it for the 347. Call back.
Go ahead. Yeah, definitely. So it's just crazy, man. It's like we could do a lot more with, you know, putting that information out there. All right, so we got a call on the line. Call for the 347. Welcome to the Man Cave Morning Show.
Hey, good morning.
Yes, sir.
It's, Eugene.
What's up, Gene?
Hey, Gene. Welcome to the show. Right. Where are you calling from?
Atlanta, Georgia.
Nice.
Turn your radio
down. Do
us
a favor. Can you turn your volume in the background down? We're getting the feedback.
It's down. Yeah, it's down.
Thank you.
Speak on it, brother. Speak on it.
I guess what I would like to share is that, with no shame in my game, you know, I'm 57 years deep in the game of life.
Yes, sir.
And so I've seen a lot of different things, and to where we're at now, it just seems that it takes something of great magnitude to link everyone. Like, I applaud what you guys do, and I applaud anyone that does what you do. And I'm with you and I feel you, but it just seems, unfortunately, that only things of great magnitude bring people together. For example, 9/11 brought everybody together. You know, it was a sense of community when that went down, that everyone as a whole was more friendly, more receptive. And now when you look at, let's say, when President Obama was running, we as a people came together, you know, to vote for that cause. So it just seems that when things of magnitude come about, or a situation of chaos, it gets everybody's attention. And unfortunately, you know, it just seems that despite the great efforts that people like you make with shows like that you do, and platforms that you do, that
yes, sir.
Something has to happen on a large scale to reach people that they will get a message at one time and hopefully get everybody on the same page. We used to have that, but back in the 70s when people started wearing dashikis and they started to come together with Black Power and even when music, ain't no stopping us now. A lot of people party to it, but that was a movement that people felt that, hey, ain't no stopping us now. We on the move. Right now we're kind of standing still.
Let me say this to you. I hear you're right. Okay, my question is, why is that? Listen. We don't need another leader, like I said yesterday. We don't need another playbook. We don't need another nothing. Okay, as a people. Okay, everything that we need is within us. Right? We've seen the game. We know the play. All right. We know what's going on. We know why we're in the condition that we're in. We know that we have a means to solve it. And sometimes it's a little difficult knowing that I'm out here trying to put this great content out, knowing I don't get the traction. What is the key to us utilizing what we already know? You're from the 60s, I'm from the 70s. We know about black empowerment. We know about Black Wall Street. We know about propaganda. We know they just flooded our communities with drugs. We know about the mass incarceration. Brother, we know all this. I also know that when I pull outside the projects, jokers got Lexus and Range Rovers out there, right? So what do we need to do to go from our potential to action? What you think, Gene?
I think that in the climate that we are and the technology that we have, we need to get major influencers to set the climate, set the tempo for people to reach people. Like I said, like you said, a show like yours versus a Ratchet show, being able to get people that to understand the ramifications of what they're doing and how it has affected. I don't know if it would take maybe another major movie that could show how it has transposed from what we potentially we used to have to where we're at now as being so divided as a people.
Yes.
We need something on a media level. You got World Star Hip Hop. People love to go and check out on that, but something that, whether it be media driven or film driven, like Get Out, but something that gets that message across from a media standpoint.
Respect. Gene, thank you for your call, brother. Respect.
No problem.
All
Yeah,
right. All
thanks for calling in, Gene.
Young Squire. Here's my first of all, I agree with you, with what Gene said. Here's my supposition. How much more? You need another Black Panther. You need another Malcolm X. You need another. What the hell do you Negroes need? Stop, bruh. Stop.
Listen.
What more do you need to get up off your ass and do what you need to do? It's already here. Go ahead. I'm listening.
Look, I just feel like, it's already here. It's in our faces. But it's like one of those quotes that Martin Luther King, made, where he talked about, how detrimental it is to our people if we become silent and just lay down and accept it. And I think we're already at that point where people have become silent and they just chose to accept circumstances. And we don't see as much force being put behind those that are trying to advocate for change versus the same amount of force and effort that we have with people that are putting into, the ratchet entertainment.
So I have another
the things
question
of distraction.
for you, Squire. I have another question for you. At your fingertips, you have every major religion, every philosopher, every knowledge base, calculus, everything that mankind has accomplished heretofore up to this point is in your hand.
Right.
You don't gotta go to Harvard and NYU and spend $1 trillion and get into debt and nothing.
Right.
Everything, that great thing that man has ever done, from the pyramids to the Chinese people, everything is right here. You have more access to more information than any other time in life. So why aren't we doing better than what we are? It's obviously not access to information, sir, because you never went to the library.
No.
Well, let me just finish.
Go ahead.
You never had to get up, get on the bus, go downtown, get your library card out, go do the Dewey Decimal System, look it up on a card, go into the stacks, get a book. No, you guys just press a button.
Look,
there's no sacrifice to the knowledge that you get at all. It's at your fingertips.
The access for information, the access to information is not the actual problem.
What is the problem, sir?
Right? Access to information has always been, well, I would say over the years, it has been developed to where we could get it to this point. It's just literally, you know, in your hand. It's in the palm of your hand. This is great for the, you know, the actual access to information. The problem is the mental, the hypnosis condition that the mind is induced in, that induced state of, all right, my free will is telling me that, you know, if I just want to go finger pop World Star real quick, I'll go finger pop World Star. But instead of finger popping a World Star just to see some ratchetry, I could really go finger pop on Google and, you know, go look up something from the 60s or go learn something that I need to learn. But we're not doing that because people are so caught up in just, you know, drowning in this reality or this, you know, situational scenario of living in what they are known as to be their, you know, their current situation. They just give up. They gave up. People give up on trying to, you know, accelerate their minds and learn more. And they're just in this lazy sense of we don't care anymore. Like it bothers me when people actually talk about not knowing the importance of voting or not caring about the importance of voting or questioning, you know, why is it so important? Because, you know, they didn't realize or they might have forgotten or not totally understand the value of voting to begin with. And they, you know, they miss the actual point of, you know, getting the history behind what people before us had to fight to get it to this state.
Let me ask you a question, young sir.
Go ahead.
Let me ask you a question. Why do you think that people that historically did not have the right to vote, like our grandparents, understood the importance even though they weren't allowed to vote? And now that we have the right to vote, now all of a sudden we forgot the importance? Why would that be, sir?
Listen, it's many reasons. I feel, you know, propaganda plays a part. You know, using media in the sense of entertainment, using the things that we actually turn to as, you know, as an outlet to escape from the reality. I feel like we're too stuck on, you know, escaping our reality that we are forgetting and we're actually devaluing some of the things of importance. Now we got another caller. Let's take this call real quick. Caller from the 347. State your name and where you're calling from.
Yo, what's up? It's D Skinner.
Brother
Stuck in traffic in the city.
D Skinner, what's up, man? How are you?
What's up,
How
man?
are you?
Speak on it.
What's going on? All right. I'm thinking like this. All right, we've already come to the conclusion that ratchetness is pretty much overwhelming, right?
Okay.
But
yes.
How about we present something that appears to be ratchet, but at the same time educated? Here's a prime example. Like my son, when he was 5 years old, I bought him a tablet, right?
Go ahead.
So, of course, with a 5-year-old with a tablet, he wants to play games. But what I do is I go on there and I download games which are pretty much educational. So in the same sense where he thinks he's playing, he's actually learning as well.
Okay.
Yeah, that's definitely a good point. You know, that's a way of keeping, you know, children intertwined in, you know, what they really need to do with actually tricking their mind that, you know, they're, you know, having fun. That's, you know, a relatively evolutionary way of, you know, learning and using technology to where we can see a positive, you know, reflection of how we can, you know, grow and mold the mental of kids in the sense of, you know, educating them through an app that they can learn from.
Are you guys suggesting that we have to trick people into knowledge?
Well,
what are you saying,
exactly.
sir? What are you saying?
Look,
what are you saying?
Trick knowledge.
Look, if that's what it, honestly, honestly, if that's what it has to come to, if that's what it has to come to, that's what it has to be. Because look, we see right now, people are not exercising their right to free will properly. People are not Googling the things that they need to Google.
Okay.
We see that, our generations have become more lazy. Even the older generations that are living in current time are becoming more lazy, making more excuses because now we have, technology that's always changing, and we have older folks that are saying, listen, I don't want to learn this. Yo, nephew, come real quick. Operate this thing for me.
So, brothers,
I got what I'm saying?
So, brothers, I got a question. So we're doing worse with more. We have
access to more. We have access to more, and we're actually doing worse because we don't know how to appreciate it. And where we devalue it is the fact that our brains and our minds are not going to the right sources that is in the palm of our hands.
So I got one more thing.
We really don't know how to appreciate the things that we've gained.
We become a complacent society.
One more
everything
thing.
Is microwave. Everything, but everybody wants instant. Everything instantly.
Yeah,
so they're not using their thought
instant
process.
gratification.
Last thing before General takes back over. Last thing. Do you know what Grandma and Grandpa had to do to get our asses to get my ass into the seat? Do you know what the people that came before us had to sacrifice?
Right.
Are you serious? And now you want to talk about you being lazy and you don't want to? When people gave their lives and gave their blood for us to be shiftless and lazy?
Now check this out.
I'm emotional now.
No, I hear you.
Now. Come on,
now check
man.
this out. Check this
What?
out. Check this out. I'm sorry to tell you this, but there's actual young teenagers out there that have grown up to whatever age they are right now. People are actually living, people are actually existing right now that never had individuals around them that can alter their train of thoughts, influence them to research something. Because you know why?
Why?
Those individuals are so in tune to the ratchetry.
Okay.
Look, wait, let me finish.
Yeah,
those individuals, they're super in tune to the ratchetry. That if my baby brother is coming up and all he sees the ratchetness around him, that's all he's going to grow up to know.
Jay.
Some people are different. Some people will go outside of that circumstance and actually go read a book, go find the right information.
Jay, listen to me. Listen. You know what I had to go through to get to Socrates? Do you know what I had to go through to find out who Buddha was and who Jesus Christ was?
Mm-hmm.
Huh? Every speech Martin Luther King ever spoke is free, and every word Gandhi ever said, right? Everything the Honorable Elijah Muhammad ever said is 25 seconds away, bruh. What are you talking about, bruh? Not you.
Right,
I get what you're saying.
Right.
I'm talking to myself.
Self-driven mindsets will have access to that information. Self-driven mindsets will find a means of finding out the truth because they want to know for themselves.
Oh, okay. Okay.
All right. I'm about to speak about something that I'm not too familiar on.
Go ahead, bro.
The third eye.
You know what I had to go through to get to the third? I'm sorry. Go ahead. I had to read a lot of books to get to that shit,
This is what I'm saying. Like, people don't understand, the third eye. They don't know what the third eye is. Even myself, I'm speaking from a very,
Go ahead.
Rookie sense of what the third eye is, right?
Go ahead.
People don't understand that, the things that you put into your brain, the things that you allow yourself to enjoy can actually cloud the third eye mental. I'm sorry. If you're not into the right things, if you're not doing the right type of research, if you're not into the
Look, man, you making me, and I'm gonna give it to General. You making me pessimistic because it's a fucking library in your pocket.
Exactly.
So I'm. You
and
making
this
me
is
sad
what I'm saying.
Right now. Call it.
It's a library. Look, it's a library in my pocket. It's also a Pornhub in my pocket. It's also a Ratchet Hub in my pocket. Look, you don't have to, but there's people out there that do because that's all they've been geared to. It's like it's instant. Everything right here is instant. Whatever I want to find, I could go watch race car videos all day. I could go watch whatever I could watch. Whatever is out there that's accessible to my phone. That's what people are gonna always get distracted with.
I'm waiting for my boss to break the logger jam. I got nothing. Go ahead, General.
Look, this is what it comes to,
bro.
Hey, look.
I got
this
nothing,
is what it
bro.
comes to.
Hey, look, when I come in late on a convo, bro.
Okay.
I'm just trying to follow y'all. Where y'all at? What's up, caller? What's good, man?
How you?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Shout out to everybody, man, on the check-in. Luck, you can call.
Yeah, we got to read some comments too.
646-233-1302. The Man Cave Morning Show. It's going down. Interesting combo about the third eye and everything. But go ahead, read some comments.
All right, so let me start with. I got to scroll up some. So we got Jay Gray. He says the generation is not taught to understand the struggle that we went through to afford them the kind of life the way they have now, which is true. A lot of people in this generation don't understand, and some people that they're living with don't even know how to teach them or even begin to break that information down so the younger ones can understand. So that's part of the problem too.
Okay.
Now we got Audrey Thomas from Brooklyn. She says, we were just talking about lazy people in the office, people who are going 2 blocks but would stand at a bus for 20 minutes when they could walk, ordering groceries online instead of walking to the supermarket. Now we got
Auntie.
Also we got Daniel Spencer. She said they value things instead of thinking. We got Jay Gray. Shout out to Jay Gray. He says all they know is what they see on TV. Ratchet TV is teaching the youth right now. This is true. This is true. This is what I'm saying. Access to information is right there in your hand, but it's where your mind is at, and the discipline that you have to actually go find it.
So you saying it's a bad thing? We got access to too much.
No, what I'm saying is that the information is so easily accessible. What we're missing is the value behind why things are the way it is, and the discipline that it takes an individual to actually research it on their own, even though it's right there in the palm, because we have so many more distractions that come in our palm from this device that we rather, go look at that. Like, for example, I might be an individual that, might not really care much about the things that I don't understand, that I care not to go research it. But when this new game, Fast and the Furious or whatever it is comes out, I'm going to just go play that because that's what I'm interested in.
Right.
Like, you ask me anything about Mario, and I know everything about Mario. That's what I'm interested in. But the bigger things or the bigger picture that I'm missing is not what I'm interested in. And that could be because of the influences that I have around me. That's one point. 2, it could also be because it might not just be something that, I want to care about. But really and truly, I need to recondition my mind to understand that even though I might feel now that it's bigger than me, I have to realize that I am still included. So the bigger picture is to include myself and be a part of that change versus being depressed and oppressed because of what I see is going on.
Danielle Spencer says, love the convo this AM. Yes. Maybe the struggle starts with you, Man Cave.
Hey. She putting the
Start
pressure.
An investment group or dedication to reading books. We will follow. It just takes us believing in us and setting the example. Dr. D, if I had a collar, I will pop it. You're making me hot up in here.
Yeah. You notice Wu was holding.
That's why I keep my money in my books at my house. I know somebody break in, they ain't gonna look at my books.
You stupid.
Now look, what we can institute on the Man Cave Morning Show, we can each day suggest something
to read or something.
To read,
no problem.
Or a source where to go to get certain information, because that is a big problem, especially with the youth. Okay. A lot of the youth is not really trying to learn our history. And it's sad. They're not trying to learn certain things about the struggles before or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So they don't understand when they act out and they act any old kind of way, whatever, and we getting on them, we want to chastise them, whatever like that.
We don't offer.
Yeah, we don't offer. Look, this is why you shouldn't do this.
Okay.
This is why you shouldn't.
I accept
do that,
Danielle.
We went through this back in the day
because of that. They don't even know.
Yeah, and they don't know.
Okay.
They're not going to teach it. They're not going to teach everything in
so
the
it's
school
not
system.
their fault, it's mine. I got to let them know what's up.
Unless you make it an elective. Why is American history and Black history separate? Think about it.
Black history is American history.
Yeah, but again, why is American history class, you have to have a separate African American history.
And separate month, sir.
Yeah. I had to take both. When I was in school, I had to take history and then elective. That was an elective. African American history.
So you could have chose not to learn about yourself.
Yeah.
And you're right, because I also, in a quick reflective moment, I remember when I was in college that, the certain topics like, Black history or history in general were made optional for me. And it was made optional, for my program. So a lot of individuals now are just cruising by, without learning information because they don't want to subject themselves to learning about it. Some people feel like, reading up about Egypt and understanding, that Black people just didn't came from slavery. We had a life before slavery.
Absolutely.
They don't want to learn about that. They don't want to learn about the slave trade. And they don't want to understand who Columbus is and all these different things. People just don't care anymore.
Yo, but you know the crazy thing, when they reintroduce Roots,
yes,
back out there,
yes,
I heard a lot of us complaining.
Oh boy,
itching and moaning about this. Oh my God, why are they putting this back on the air? Or I can't stand these old slave stories. Or if there's a reason why we need these stories out there. There's a reason.
I agree with you.
Even when they redid it or whatever, of course it wasn't like the original or whatever, but when they redid it or whatever like that, it's like we complain. So we complain about 12 years of slavery.
Yes.
Why they keep making these old slave movies and this and this and that. I don't want to talk about that. I don't want to relive that. There's a reason why they doing it.
You remember the Nat Turner story? The brother just Birth of a Nation?
Yes.
All the negative criticism I got was from Black people saying enough and how come and blah blah. When we know there are a lot of young people that don't know the story at all.
And you know what I get tired of hearing?
What's that?
Okay, we're not there no more. We're not there no more. Our lives are different now. You know what I'm saying? We're not slaves no more. Blah blah blah.
Right. I'm tired of seeing it.
Yeah, and I'm tired of seeing it. It's the same. It's the same thing with 9/11 each year, right? So I could
or the Holocaust.
I sort of compare that a little bit with 9/11, whereas when every 9/11,
never forget.
Yes, they announce the names and people that's been killed. And
moment of
like
silence.
That. Yes. But my point is,
so.
Yeah, my point is, when you have a situation like slavery, and then you forget like, okay, well, we not slaves no more. You know what I'm saying? So forget all of that, whatever. Why should I want to watch Roots or whatever like that? When you have a situation like 9/11 and you're like, okay, that was 11 years ago, that was X amount of years ago, whatever like that. I don't want to keep talking about that. I don't want to see this on television. You have to have something put in place where it makes you remember what we went through. So if we start forgetting like 9/11 and that our buildings were blown up and this and that and all these people died or whatever like that, then we're going to be taken off guard. So
now check this out.
For it to happen again,
we also have a group of individuals that won't tune in to remembering the 9/11 issue, because these group of individuals are, conspiracists to believe that 9/11 is not what 9/11 is for the face value of it. And we have people that are actually questioning, what exactly is it that the government did, and why were they trying to send this message, and why did it take so many innocent lives to be sacrificed? Because people are actually saying, how is it that such a small plane, not that the actual plane was small, but when I'm saying small plane, I'm comparing the size of the plane to the size of the building. How can a plane that small impact such a big object that can create so much havoc that the entire thing collapsed? How did it not collapse upon impact? Why did it collapse a few minutes, later?
You turning us to the 911 conspiracy now?
Listen, I'm just saying, bro. We got people out here that, conspire to believe what they want to believe because they feel like what they're seeing is not the truth. And this is why, also, in addition to, people being lazy and choosing to be ignorant, this is why also that we have a lot of people that are, not in tune with what's going on.
Right. But the initial point I was trying to make about not forgetting or whatever, and like we have to be reminded over and over, what we went through is so we don't forget. So like, generations are changing. So as you go through another 10 years or whatever like that, the generations are changing. So they're not going to know about what we went through in slavery 300 years ago. They're not going to know about 9/11 or whatever, and to be vigilant and to stand on our guard. You know, as soon as we start forgetting, I don't care whether it's slavery or 9/11 or things like that, we let our guard down. This is what I was trying to say. You know, we let our guard down and we put it down, and it's like, okay, no need for me to go like this no more, because we're fine now. You know what I'm saying? So you have to put them reminders out there. You have to see movies like Birth of a Nation. You have to see movies like Marshall. Anything, you know what I'm saying, that's pertaining to us, so you know what us went through, what we went through as a people. You know, you need these constant reminders and everything, because I know I get reminded about being black every day when I sit next to Woo. he don't let me forget that I'm black. And some of you forget that you are black. You know, some of you forget that you are African American.
I'm black, y'all, and I'm black, y'all. I'm blackity black and the black.
Yeah, I'm just saying, man.
Yeah, man.
We need
this is real. This is real. This is real.
Yeah.
Like, people forget easily. Like you said, you know, people are too comfortable with just knowing, like, all right, this is me now. All the stuff that's going on in the world, I ain't got nothing to do with it. And they just believe, like, oh, well, as long as it's not affecting me directly, I don't care. That's the mindset that's the problem. People that think that way.
Let's read some comments.
Definitely. So I'm going to start right ahead with D. Spencer. We got Danielle Spencer. She's been listening all morning. She said, the sad part of growing up is realizing how corrupt adults can be. That is 9/11, slavery, Jim Crow, banning countries from entering the United States, etc. This is true. We got, you know, a lot of people that want to seek the information, but have a problem with trusting those that can give the information, because that information might come across corrupt as well. Now, we have Julius Gray. He says the fuel in the tank was all they needed. And then we have Eugene. He says 9/11 is all about greed and a hidden agenda. Let's scroll up some more. We got Stephanie.
Cool show,
we got
several shows.
We got Stephanie Diaz. Shout out to Stephanie Diaz. She just checked in. She said, "Good afternoon, guys."
Good afternoon, Stephanie. How you doing?
So Jay Gray, he says BKS1 empowerment program. So a lot of people are actually, like, you know, loving what we're talking about.
And that's going to go down. That's something like that definitely is going to go down in a mentoring program too.
Yeah, yes, definitely. Just know that every single day, or at least every single month, we're gonna feel, you know, personally responsible for giving history facts, you know, just dropping a facts. Maybe it'd be every show or every other show, but we're going to keep talking about these things, because right now, with, you know, the current circumstance, it's a need that we need to keep talking about it. Yeah, and we're going to keep addressing it.
Yeah, Black History Month is going to be every month here at BKS.
Respect. 365, baby.
Sir.
No doubt.
Black History isn't a month, it's a lifestyle.
Yes.
Facts.
Yes, salute.
Caller, thanks for calling, brother. Appreciate you.
No problem.
One love, bro.
Respect.
No doubt. All right, y'all. So y'all know what it is, man. We'll be back tomorrow morning, the Man Cave Morning Show. And look, we got to do a How to Not, right?
Oh yes.
No, he called. We'll call him.
Oh yes.
I'm calling the man. What did I do?
You just.
I'm calling the man.
You cannot put this brother on technology. let me tell you something right now. I had an emergency. The reason why I left out people, because I had an emergency. I had to really handle something, right? You know, was dealing with the homestead. I had an emergency. I said, you know what? The emergency might be at the station.
Because Woo might burn it to the ground.
Woo was on the equipment. Woo will shut something off, hit the wrong button,
and trip over something.
He just called somebody that we didn't want to call. Damn,
yo,
man.
That's funny.
Hot or not, sir? Hot or not?
All right.
Oh my gosh, you guys are hilarious.
I'm trying, sir. I'm trying.
So I said, let me hurry my ass back to the station
burn my station down
for the real emergency. But nah. Now I realize I gotta handle some things. Anyway, I'm trying to get my mind off of that. Back to the show. Let's do this Hot or Not. So what is the Hot or Not?
All right. So our Hot or Not today comes to you from this artist. His name is Mr. Vernon McPherson. Vernon McPherson goes by Sax. The name of his song is called Love Go, and Sax is spelled SAXX. Now you can actually find the track on YouTube when you type in the link. When you click on the link, you know, the page that you have to go follow would be Entertainment Same Booking Agency LLC. That's the page that you're gonna go look for, and the name of the track is called Love Go, and the name of the artist is called Sax. He's a solo artist, so we're gonna go ahead and definitely play his song right now.
Hot or not,
and let us know what you think. For those that are now tuning in for the first time and catching the Hot or Not segment, this segment is specifically for artists that are, you know, up and coming and need a platform to play their music. So we pretty much play their music, we criticize it, you guys tell us if it's hot or not, and we'll just run this track right now.
Salute. What's up, Juanita?
Real team. I used to be lost in love. I was going astray. I used to come and go, thinking should I stay? I know I made you cry from my mistakes. I was wrong, and I don't know why. My heart aches. Many sleepless nights. I feel so cold. Try to hold you tight and touch your soul. I know something ain't right. It ain't the same. Yo. Many days and nights I felt your pain. She put kisses on my neck, but yet I need to pack my bag. Used to get you wet, but now you just be getting mad. Good times we used to share, and now we need to let it go. We used to really care, but see now I don't really know. Tell me where the love go. Now you don't love me no more. Ooh. Said tell me where the love go. Where did it go, yo? Now I don't love you no more. Ooh. Said tell me where the love go. Where did it go? Tell me where the love go. Ooh. Said tell me where the love go. Can you tell me where it went? Now you don't love me no more. Ooh. We used to laugh and cheat, have so much fun. Tell me is love real? Thought you was the one. You used to believe in me, but you gave up. But baby, now I see love just ain't enough. Nah. You used to ride or die. I thought you were strong. I used to be you and I guess it was wrong. I heard you got a new friend. He ain't me. Nah. And like I told you in the end, you gon' see. She put kisses on my neck, but yet I need to pack my bag. I gotta go. Used to get you wet, but now you just be getting mad. Good times we used to share, but now we need to let it go. We used to really care, but now see I don't really know. Tell me where the love go. Where it go, yo? Now you don't love me no more. Ooh. Said tell me where the love go. Where did it go? Now I don't love you no more. Ooh. Said tell me where the love go. Tell me where the love went. Tell me where the love go. Where did it go? Ooh. Said tell me where the love go. Yeah. Now you don't love me no more. Ooh. I used to have faith in you. I lost trust, and I can't wait on you, so I guess I gave up. We used to piss each other off, we was both wrong. I guess you never know what you lost, till it's gone. I'm out. I never played with your heart, I was being a man. I guess I knew from the very start that I didn't understand. Why did we work so hard? Throw it all away. I always knew from the start we would see this day. She put kisses on my neck, but yet I need to pack my bag. I gotta go. Used to get you wet, but now you just be getting mad. Good times we used to share, but now we need to let it go. We used to really care, but see now I don't really know.
Tell me, where did the love go?
Alright. So what y'all think? Hot or not?
Yes,
Hot
let us know.
or not.
If you want to call in and let us know if you think this is a hot or not. Number to dial is 646-233-1302. All right.
I like the vibe of it.
Tell me where the love go, baby.
Yeah,
that's the hook.
Yeah. I like it. I actually like it. So I'm gonna say hot.
Hot. It is as well. Hot.
Dr. Jeff.
It's definitely hot. It's a cool summer vibe song after a long day of work and you just rock into something and you want to reminisce.
No doubt.
Reminisce.
No doubt. Agreed.
Reminisce.
That's 3 in a row, brother.
It's like
what the chat saying?
All right, so let's see what the chat's saying.
I can't see a damn thing.
All right, so my chat's loading. Hold up. Okay, so we got Eugene. He said if he did the hook and changed up the flow on verses,
it would have been better.
More syncopated, it would be better. And then Derek Green said he ain't awful, but not hot yet. Yo, this is crazy. We got Carl Cash. Shout out to Carl Cash Horton. He says not, and not again.
Wow.
We got Audrey. She says hot. So we got a few mixed opinions in here, but it seems like we're getting more of a not from the audience versus our panel where, we're all saying it's hot. So we got 3 hots. We got 1 hot coming from the chat. We got Jay Gray. He said, Mr. Sachs, check is in the mail. So I guess that means hot. What you think, Jay? Is it hot or not? Check is in the mail.
You got Mr. Who?
He said, Mr. Sachs, the check is in the mail.
Okay, so that means
it's a hot. It's a hot. Okay. We got Paula D'Souza tuning in from Trinidad and Tobago. She says it's a not. So right now we have 1, 2, 3, I believe 4 knots versus 1 hot that's coming from the chat. And we got our panel that has 3 hots. So we're like 4 for 4 right now. We need a tiebreaker.
And no disrespect, shout out to the people listening on Periscope.
Yeah, definitely.
On the website. Because we don't have those up, we're not reading. I just usually read the comments from my personal FB when we go live on the personal FB. But shout out to all y'all. We love y'all and everything, but I'm just not checking all the platforms we on for y'all comments. I'm sorry, but you can call in. You can call in 646-233-1302, and we appreciate you all. So overall, we're going to say what?
While you're looking, Juanita Carringhart Town says hot. That's the tiebreaker.
Juanita said hot. Oh, that's the tiebreaker. She broke the tie?
Juanita broke the tie.
Juanita broke the tie.
So it's 5 and 4.
Right. Juanita just said it was hot.
All right. So with that being said, do we add it to our rotation on the station?
They have spoken. It's hot.
Yes.
All right. Some more hots.
That was a close
5 to 4, brother.
That was real close.
That was a close one.
So he just made it.
Sax, my man, your track is definitely hot. We are definitely going to add it to our playlist. So definitely want you to check that out.
And shout out to Juanita in the chat. She is doing a play called Final Deceit.
Wow.
And she actually sent me a script yesterday.
Wow.
And I'm going to be playing a part in her play.
Oh, that's cool.
So this is like
what's
my
up.
4th acting experience.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
We gotta support that, my brother.
Yeah. I actually,
I did a play off-Broadway.
I did a play actually. I was in a play. Yeah, it was at the Helen Mills Theater.
Okay.
Helen Mills Theater. It was called the Which Way Show.
Okay.
And I was in that before, and then I did what was it? Comeback Kings on UPN 9, and then so this is like my 4th little acting experience.
Get your SAG card up, brother. Get your weight up, bro.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. And shout out to Gina Keys. She got some work. She said she got some work for me.
Wow.
So
budding actor on our hands. Let me find out.
Baby steps.
Word.
Baby steps.
Find out, bruh.
Baby steps.
Shit Denzel on, partner.
Baby steps. But
he been being super humble about his acting career.
Dig it.
Yeah.
Ain't never heard Norm acting before.
Yeah. Yeah, there's been some things in the works, but it's all good.
All right.
But we want to thank everybody for joining us on the Man Cave Morning Show this morning. Man, yo, the convo crazy. Just the feedback from the people crazy. So we got some things to work on with ourselves, right?
We do, actually. Thank you, Danielle.
Yeah, we got some things to work on with ourselves, and let's try to support each other more. Let's try to do that. You know what I'm saying? Tomorrow, I want y'all to come with a list on the show of just 2 people you're going to start supporting.
Respect.
Tell us 2 people, 2 businesses, or 2 people that you're going to start supporting more. And each one of you, I want to hear that from each one of you on tomorrow's show. You know, we got to start supporting each other, loving each other more, and put our little petty differences aside. Speaking of petty, we're going to be talking about that. And Jackie D, she's
flamethrower returns.
Yeah, Jackie D will be back on the check-in tomorrow.
Returns.
If the weather doesn't hinder her.
Oh yeah, it's supposed to snow tomorrow.
A nor'easter.
Okay.
We're supposed to be getting a nor'easter tomorrow.
Okay.
And
hopefully the flamethrower comes through.
That way, wifey can stay home and cook up something.
Yeah, dig it.
No doubt. So just make sure y'all keep it locked tomorrow. WBKS1.com. And look, man, download the TuneIn app so you can hear that music, man. That music off the hook, off the chain, 24 hours. Always something going on at BKS1 Radio. Make sure you download the TuneIn app. It's free. You can search all your favorite radio stations, mainly BKS1 Radio. We are on TuneIn, so as well. We're on WBKS1.com as well. Visit the site, and if you got any suggestions for anything, a hot topic or anything, just hit us up, all right? So make sure you just keep it locked, man. Man Cave Morning Show. Be back tomorrow.
Bang.
Sometime in the morning.
Yeah, indeed. CP Tom in the house.
Keep it locked. Love you guys, man. Love you guys. Love you guys.
Stupid.
Love you guys.
Chris Spencer, and you're on BKS1 Radio.
It's your girl Chanel, BKS1 Radio, and I'm here with the beautiful Garcelle Bouvet.
I'm paying you later.
Hey, I'm the queen of comedy, some more, and right now you're rocking with BKS1 Radio.
BKS1 Radio Network. I'm here with the amazing Miss Tasha Smith. How you doing?
I'm doing so good. Thank you for coming out.
Yes.
I really appreciate it.
Hello, Denise Boutte. Hey, what's up? Shout out to BKS1 Radio. See you soon.
Brick City's finest, J.D. Williams. I'm in the Savage Podcast Studio, chilling at BKS1 Radio.
BKS1 Radio. I'm here with the legendary Mr. Dick Gregory. How you doing today, sir?
Fantastic, brother, and thank you.
This is Essence Atkins, and this is BKS1 Radio.
Jamie Foxx, BKS1 Radio. What's going on with you?
Storming Norman. This is George Dr. Funkenstein Clinton for BKS1 Radio. They be doing the dog, y'all.
Yo, this is Chris Spencer, and you're on